Friends, hello everyone, how you been doing? I'm so glad to see you again on my channel. And today we'll talk about the classic MACD indicator. So we will analyze its device, identify the main tactics of application and try to understand what is the secret of its longevity. And of course you will see how I myself make a profit on binary options, and I will try to tell you about everything in detail. So watch this video till the end and you will learn a lot of interesting things. In the description below this video, you'll find a link to my Telegram channel where you can ask me any questions you are interested in, where you'll also find a link to my private Telegram channel where I share my daily trading signals. And I also run weekly marathons to help you increase your deposit from $150 to $5,000. Guys, this happens every week, so make sure to join this marathon. In addition, if you write to my personal account, you will get a link to sign up for PocketOption, which will give you 50% of your deposit bonus for absolutely free. And now let's move on to PocketOption and let's get started. Today we work with the exchange currency pair Euro-US dollar. This time we use the most popular tools. These are indicators, MACD and stochastic oscillator. But to begin with, let's open a deal for a price movement lower by $300 for 1 minute, and that's why. After an active decline, the price is in a sideways movement or flat. As you know, at the same time, the price moves up and down to a certain level until it leaves this corridor. And it was at the time of the opening of the transaction that the quotes were at the upper limit of the conditional corridor. And it turns out that they should try to push down from it. Let's check it out. But in order not to waste time in vain, I want you to learn about the MACD indicator, all the most interesting and useful things. So this is one of the most popular technical analysis indicators in the world. Its name stands for convergence and divergence of moving averages. Every trader knows this wonderful tool created by Gerald Apple. I have to pause, the deal is ending, and we earned the first $264 for today. Now we can continue. Most of the super successful and easy to use indicators were created by cool traders who earned their millions with their help. In this regard, Apple's story is very revealing. The MACD indicator was created by Gerald back in 1979, but Gerald didn't immediately become such an advanced trader. In fact, initially he worked as a psychoanalyst. In addition, he was also a very famous photographer. In short, a very crazy person. And his knowledge of human psychology helped him create one of the most successful indicators in the history of finance. To the considerable surprise of the author himself, he didn't even imagine that his brainchild would have such a brilliant future. But apparently working as a psychologist didn't bring enough income, and Gerald decided to take up trading, and very successfully. A millionaire, author of more than 15 books, a recognized expert in technical analysis, and he has passed the typical path of a successful trader. Let's go back to trading and open another trade for a decrease at $300 for 1 minute. But look, at the time of the opening of the transaction, the price rose sharply. Let's see what happens next. And my decision was made for the same reason as in the first transaction. But of course, I didn't count on such an impulse. Let's watch the quotes, but for now, we'll continue the conversation. So the history of the MACD can be described very simply. In 1979, Apple created an indicator that became the MACD lines, and in 1986, Thomas Esprit added a histogram to the MACD. By the way, it is thanks to Thomas that the indicator has become even more accurate. The histogram supplemented the intersection of two lines, the main MACD signal. It can be used on any currency pairs and on any time frames. Let's pay attention to the deal. It's being completed again, and now this time is already bringing $270. Let's move on. The indicator is very simple. It's not surprising that it's so popular. The indicator has only 3 simple ingredients: the MACD line on our chart is green when the signal line is red, respectively, and the histogram itself. At the same time, the MACD line is the average value between the data for 12 and 26 candles, and the signal line is the average for 9 candles. Don't forget about trading, and we will open another trade for a decrease of $300 for 1 minute. I saw that the price experienced resistance when trying to grow and begins a gradual decline, but it's also very twitchy. Let's watch the deal. But for now, we'll continue. As the price develops, the distance between the MACD line and the signal line will change. This is what the histogram shows. It turns out that its task is to indicate exactly how far or close the two MACD lines are from each other. In addition, the histogram can above or below the zero baseline line. And when the histogram is higher, the price as a rule goes up, and vice versa. If lower, the price falls. The general principle of use is as follows. When the histogram is above the zero line and its value increases, it means that the price is rising. And on the contrary, if the histogram is below the zero line, the price falls. And now look, another successful completion of the transaction, and $270 replenishes our balance. Great! We will not stop. To successfully use the MACD, you need to study only 3 possible situations. These are signal line crossing, zero line crossing, and divergence. Now let's briefly consider each of them. So the intersection of the signal line. This is the most popular, relevant, and in-demand signal of the MACD indicator. The signal line is actually an indicator for the indicator. That's why it always lags somewhat behind the MACD line. Therefore, if the MACD line crosses the signal line, expect a sharp price change up or down. To learn how to use the indicator correctly, you need not only to identify intersections, but also try not to fall for false signals. It's not difficult and comes with experience. Now let's work a little, and I opened a deal to increase by $300 for 1 minute. When making the decision, I noticed that declining, the quotes turned out to be near the upper limit of the previous corridor, which I mentioned at the very beginning, and it turns out that its resistance level, or for upper limit of the corridor, may well turn into a support level for our price. And if this happens, when the price will definitely react and make a rebound from it, and just up. While the deal is going on, we will continue. The intersection of the zero line. Well, this is another signal, and in this case, the MACD line crosses the zero line and always goes up or down. What is very clearly visible on our chart, the intersection of the zero line was recently from the bottom up, and the price really increased, and our deal is going very nervously, but it still helps to earn another $270. Let's go back to our indicator, and the next step is divergence, or in another way, deviation. This concept is understood as the discrepancy between the price of an exchange asset and the value of the indicator. In a simple way, it shows the direction of further price movement. If the MACD is going up and the price is going down, when you need to listen to the MACD, the price will change and also go up. As you can see, the MACD indicator is not only simple, but also more than effective. In fact, it's an indicator and a strategy in one bottle. It not only allows you to identify the trend, but also helps to determine the strength with which the price is moving. Experts recommend using MACD only in a market with good volatility. This is when the price is strongly thrown accordingly to the schedule. It goes up and down briskly. And now I've just seen one of the signals, and I'm opening a $300 reduction deal for 1 minute. At this moment, the MACD and signal lines crossed, and as I just said, this is a signal of a possible price decline since the intersection occurred from top to bottom. In addition, the stochastic indicator line was also actively declining, giving the same signal. It remains for us to wait a bit again, but for now we'll return to the conversation. The golden moment in binary options is, of course, the intersection of lines. The main thing is not to make a mistake with the expiration time. If you work with a 5-minute schedule, set the expiration for 5 to 25 minutes. 1 hour time frame expiration is good for the end of the day, while a 1 minute chart is only for short-term turbo options for 1 to 3 minutes. And we have another exciting completion of the transaction where is a profit and we get $270 again. With such a trade, no nerves will be enough. I suggest we finish this and consider the result. It took us less than 10 minutes to earn $1,344. A good result, good money, but we got them in a very nervous environment. The deals this time were not easy. As for the MACD indicator, it has both the properties of a strength indicator and the properties of an oscillator. Its use in trading can be very flexible. A huge number of trading systems use this wonderful indicator to generate signals. However, like most indicators, using its signal for trading without additional filtering is extremely dangerous and can lead to account draining. This is another great tool in the trader's piggy bank, and how to use it depends only on you. So I hope this information was useful for you and it will help you earn on binary options. After all, only practice can teach you to understand the market. But remember, if you don't have enough experience, then before opening a deal, you need to carefully assess the current market situation. In addition, it's necessary to use indicators, the signals which you understand, because their use reduces risk and allows you to make profit over a long distance. So I want you to continue trading binary options because only here the analysis methods are not complicated at all. So in description below this video, you'll find a link to my Telegram channel where you can ask me any questions you're interested in or you have. So you'll also find a link to my personal Telegram channel where I share my daily trading signals. And I also run weekly marathons to help you increase your deposit from $150 to $5,000. So guys, this happens every week, so make sure to join this marathon. In addition, if you write to my personal Telegram, you will get a link to sign up for PocketOption, which will give you 50% of the deposit bonus absolutely free. So dear friends, this offer is very interesting. I hope that you have made the most from this video. So thank you so much for being with me all this time, and I hope that you like this video. You give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell, because only in this case you won't miss anything useful and interesting. So that's all for today. Good luck in your trading sessions and see you in the next video.